This video is an overview of the indiePub game submission process. It's designed to instruct the developers on how to submit their games to indiePub. You can find future videos and documentation at developer.indiepub.com. We can go ahead and go there now. You can see here that there's the indiePub development kit. We'll go over that later. You'll also find links to the API documentation, and also you'll find on the site the indiePub packager, which is actually a part of the indiePub development kit, but you can download that separately as well. So if we go ahead and go to indiepub.com for this tutorial, I'm going to be going through the QA site as the site is still being built and games are being approved. So if you haven't already, create an account. You do that by clicking on I'm new and fill in the information here and click register. Or if you already have an account, go ahead and log in. Once you've successfully logged in, you'll be taken to your dashboard. From here, you can do things such as edit your user info and view and edit the pubs and games that you're submitting. What I want to draw your attention to is the Upload an App button here in the Create an App section. This is where you will go to submit a game to indiePub. So go ahead and click on Upload an App. This will take you to the game registration page, which is the first step in the indiePub game submission process. You'll give your game a title. And game description. Instructions on how to play your game. System requirements, which is what's necessary for your game to run. And select the genre of your game. This next item is the DRM option. You'll select yes here if you are planning to use the DRM, in-app purchasing, achievements, multiplayer, or any other items that are available in the indiePub library. You'll give your game a game hash, which then you will use. This will be described in a later tutorial that will go deeper into how to use the DRM features. So for now, we'll go ahead and select no and give our game a website. And click Next Step. Now, on page 2, your game has been successfully registered, and you'll get a submitted game ID. You're going to want to copy this down and keep this for your records. Also, if you did select the DRM feature, you're going to receive the game hash. You're going to want to copy this down for your records as well. So we'll go ahead and copy that, and I will create a new text document and store that for later. at this point. You can take a look at the buttons here. If you have another game, you can register another game. You can click the dashboard button, which will take you back to your dashboard. Also, you have links to developer help, which is the same site, the developer.indiepub.com, that we've had talked about before. And you also have your links to download the development kit for Mac and for Windows here. Since I'm on a Windows machine, I'm going to go ahead and click on that link and download the zip file. Once that's downloaded, we want to extract it. It's important that you extract all of the zip files before you run them. They do not run in the zip environment. So we will go ahead and extract this to program files. Now we'll close out of that and open up my program files. And open up the IPDK file that I just downloaded. Inside of the IPDK is the IP pack. This is the packager file that we'll be extracting here shortly. You'll also find in the IPDK the help document, the indiePub developer jar, which is the developer version of indiePub that'll help game developers with the implementation of the DRM features and any other library items that they're going to be implementing. This is the actual jar file. This is the library for projects using Java code. We also have a DLL file available for C#, C, and Objective-C projects as well. And then an example of how to implement the library. It's currently a Java example only. But moving on, we'll go ahead and extract the IP packager. And we'll extract that to the hard drive as well. Program files. Once again, it's important to do this step as you cannot run the packager from inside of the zip file. Now that that's extracted, we can go back into program files, locate IP pack, and you'll notice that there's a Linux sh file, a Mac command file, and then a Windows file as well. Since I'm on a Windows machine, I'll go ahead and run the batch file. This brings up the indiePub packager. This is what we'll use to package up the game that we'll be sending to indiePub. Give your game a title. And then click the button next to Path to Executable. This is the file that will actually execute your game. Now, since this is just a test, I'm going to just select any file. But it is absolutely necessary that the executable be inside of the working directory. This should answer any questions in regards to if we can accept a prepackaged and zipped game. The answer is no. When you are packaging your game, the game needs to be extracted, and we need to be able to point to the executable file. The reason being is that indiePub needs to know how to extract the game and then where the executable file will be located after the game is installed. So just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and select a working directory that does not contain the executable, which will then give me an alert telling me that the executable needs to be a part of the working directory. And now we'll select an output file. Show this on my desktop. But you'll notice that the extension here is a .ip file. This is the only type of file that we will accept. This is how we will know that this is an indiePub packaged file that's valid for use with the indiePub desktop app. However, you can name your file however you wish. And click Save. Now, this is the game ID that we wrote down from step 2 of the game submission process. I'll go ahead and copy that and paste that in. And this is a version. This is mostly for troubleshooting purposes and versioning issues. So go ahead and click that, and then click Create Package. This is the alert. The executable file must be inside of the working directory of your project. Okay. So I'll go ahead and select the actual working directory and click Create Package. Okay. Once it's completed, the packager should disappear, and then I will have on my desktop the working directory, or the working file that we just created, the awesomegame.ip. This is going to be the file that we upload to indiePub. Okay. We'll go to the dashboard, and you'll see apps you have pending approval. Your game will reside here until it's actually been tested and verified by indiePub. This way we can verify that your game is working properly and there's no offensive material. So I'll go into the game we just created. Sorry. We'll click Edit Apps. And then click the Edit button. This is where you're going to go to give your game all of its assets. You can also make any changes if you made any mistakes earlier. So you can change the title. If you have a game hash, you can give it you can put that in. You can change the price. Application files, this is where we're going to be submitting our game. Also in here is the genre, the tags, which will assist users in finding your game by being able to type in tags that describe your game. You can upload images and trailers. You'll notice that the suggested sizes are here. If you want your images to look as best as possible, indiePub suggests that you adhere to these sizes so that your game images come in to indiePub standards. You can also put in trailer URLs, which is just the trailers for your game, and demo video URL. This is someone playing your game. This should answer the question as far as what a demo is for your game. If you have a demo of your game that you want to offer on our site, you need to register another game with the price set to 0, and users will be able to purchase that for free, and that will be the demo of your game. Demos are for this purpose just a video of somebody playing your game. Again, you have your game description, game instructions, and the system requirements that we put in earlier. Okay, so to add your game to the indiePub website, click on Add Platform Support. Select which platform that you're adding this for. Now, if you have a version that is multi-platform, it's suggested that you submit a file for each of the platforms that is supported. And we'll give this a version and upload our app. And add any version notes that we will use for troubleshooting purposes later. And click Submit. Hopefully you get this app detail saved successfully, which will mean that your game is submitted to indiePub and it's ready to be verified and approved and added to the indiePub website. Again, if there's any questions, you can always send us an email at support@indiepub.com, and you can find the documentation at developer.indiepub.com.